Hi everybody, it's Honest John again, and guess what? The USA is Ebola free. Nobody here has Ebola. All of the panic and hysteria over a disease that is really hard to catch, and there is none here. The only people who caught Ebola here were healthcare providers working very closely with Ebola patients. And the only reason they caught it is because they worked in Texas, where idiots run things. The incompetence of the administrators of the Texas hospital and the owners of the hospital, who did not provide the nurses there with the necessary equipment to prevent them from catching Ebola, is absolutely astounding. This wasn't the CDC's incompetence. This was Texas incompetence. But nobody who caught Ebola here in the United States died from it. The only person that died from Ebola here in the United States caught it in West Africa, but had the misfortune to land in Texas, where a combination of incompetence and racism doomed him. But we're not out of the woods yet. Ebola is still raging in West Africa. And if we don't stop it there, it will spread. And it could become a crisis for the entire world. And it may reach our shores again. And yet here in the U.S. we have politicians who are fanning the flames of fear and throwing up roadblocks to those heroic healthcare professionals who are brave enough to go to West Africa and fight the disease. Instead of being treated like the heroes that they are, they're demonized and treated like criminals. And if our health professionals decide that it is not worth it to have to deal with this kind of bullshit, then they may stop going to West Africa to fight that disease, and it will spread. Not because the disease is implacable. It's not. It's because of the actions of cowards and stupid people. Recently, there was a conference on infectious diseases in Louisiana. And the Louisiana Health Department decided that anyone who had been to West Africa would not be allowed into the conference. If they went to Louisiana, they would be confined to their hotel rooms. America may be Ebola free, but we are not free from stupidity and cowardice. And if there is anything deadlier than any disease, it is those things. We may lose the battle against Ebola or some other infectious disease in the future, not because we're incapable of fighting it, but because we're not brave enough. For now, let me tell you something. If anybody deserves to get Ebola, it is the Louisiana Healthcare Department. Andrew Cuomo deserves to get Ebola. Chris Christie deserves to get Ebola. And the other governors who have played politics of fear instead of following the science. They deserve to get Ebola. Thanks for listening.